All right, problem with girlfriend. Dear Billiam, I have a big problem with my girlfriend, with my lady in red. She's coming to me. I have a big problem with my girlfriend. We've been dating for the past 3 years, and I think I might want to marry her. But for the last month or so, we've been having a fight. My sister and I are very close, and since my parents died last year in a car crash, we moved in together, which for some reason pissed her off. I don't know why. Well, I mean, where were you living before that? She probably, after 3 years, wanted you to move in with her. Probably wants a goddamn ring. Then for some reason, the fact that my sister and my best friend still smoke pot and that they are... Then for some reason, the fact that my sister and my best friend still smoke pot and that they are dating as well. Oh, she doesn't like that either. I would admit it was weird for me at first, but I got used to it. Anyway, the fight was about the fact that she wants to move in, that she wants me to move in with her. Yeah, obviously. But I don't want to, and she refuses to move in with me as long as my sister is there. I do love her and all that stuff, but this is something that I just can't do. My sister is in a very fragile place right now, and my girlfriend can't get that or won't. I don't know what to do. If possible, can you ask Nia? I feel like women would understand better. Well, she's downstairs dealing with my daughter. Here's the deal with women. They work on a different clock than we do. All right? So you just took 3 years of her life. All right? And all she's hearing is, you know that story, the telltale heart under the floorboards? That's their fucking womb. All right? They have a finite amount of time where they can have kids. All right? Before you have to start doing some Buck Rogers shit, okay? And women do not want to go through that if they don't have to. All right? So what she needs out of you is some sort of fucking commitment. All right? And she was looking for that. After 3 years, the fact that all she wanted to do was move in, she's being pretty cool. She should probably be going for the fucking ring, depending on how old you are. And what I would do if I was you, dude, I would man the fuck up and either commit to her or I'd break up with her. One or the other. Although the wild card is that your parents died last year in a car crash, so you're probably not in a place emotionally to make that fucking decision. Jesus Christ. You know what? Fuck everything that I just said. Your parents died in a fucking car crash last year. You got to look out for your family members, and if she can't fucking understand that, then I don't know what to tell you. I guess you got to figure out how much you're going to find out how much you love her. You know, if you got to let her go, maybe you got to let her go. I don't know. I have no fucking idea. But I understand her side. I've invested 3 years in this, and you moved in with another woman, and it's your sister. That seems like a step backwards to her. And then she has to move in. She wanted to fucking... listen, this chick wants to marry you. So she wanted to move in and then have you guys have a bunch of communal stuff because women think that if you do that, that you're not going to... There's a less of a chance that you're going to break up with them. They feel like it's moving in a positive direction. And you went left. You took a left-hand turn, but life gave you a fucking left-hand turn. So you're both not wrong. Why don't you try that? Just say to her, look, you're not wrong for being mad at me. And I'm also not wrong for taking care of my sister. And then just stare at her, and whoever talks first loses. Something along those lines. You're not wrong, and she's not wrong. She's not wrong after 3 years to fucking be like, what the fuck? And you're not wrong for looking out for your sister when something like tragic like that. There's just fucking nothing but tragedy nowadays. Jesus Christ. Sorry that happens for you, sir. To you, sir. All right. Are my mom and her boyfriend being selfish, or am I? Dear Bill, I'm 19 and live at home working to get this carpenter's apprenticeship with a local union, and please don't say my name on the podcast. Well, why would you give me your name, you fucking moron? About 2 months ago, my mom's boyfriend started coming over and staying over to a point where he was practically living there. Gross. They would stay here, and this place They would stay here in his place exactly half the time. The first 3 days he was here, I heard their headboard day and night. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Oh, my God. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. My mom said they had been friends for a year now, but only went on 2 dates. I asked her to have him not be here as much and if she could just come home without him. I don't want to talk to my mom with this guy right fucking there. Nothing changed until one night I snapped and went on a rampage. My mom called the cops on me that night, and now the half the time they would have spent here is just my mom now. But here's the kicker. So that's good. You got him out of the house? But here's the kicker. 2 weeks later, he proposed. Oh, boy. When my mom talked to me about it, she asked if I had a problem with her wearing the ring. Literally, the question was only about the ring, not the engagement. I feel totally disrespected by him and my mom for not seeing that this guy has no respect for her son. I've decided to join the Coast Guard because the union stuff is taking too long. I would have just moved in with my dad if every day he didn't just bring out how much of a bitch my mom is. Jesus Christ, dude, this is awful, man. I'm sorry you're going through this. And now his life sucks and I can't be around that. I'm ready to walk away and just drop my family entirely. My mom swears this guy's a super nice, but he doesn't give a fuck about her life as a mother and subsequently me. Or maybe I'm wrong. I just wanted to get another opinion because I'm ready to just cut off everyone in my family and walk away. Thanks, and go fuck yourself. Well, it's your mom and your dad. You don't want to do that. I can see why you want to get out of the house when you hear somebody banging your fucking mother. I mean, Jesus Christ. Hey, Mom, how about doggy style? You know what I mean? You always got to be in the fucking missionary position. Something. For Christ's sake, can you slide down the bed a little more? All right. Well, until you move out, I would recommend getting some wireless headphones. Maybe those Bose ones that block out the fucking noise. I don't know what to tell you here, dude. I wouldn't join the Coast Guard unless you wanted to. The Coast Guard sounds like a great fucking job to me. Although I did fucking talk about, that time I went on that thing about, like, whenever a fucking hurricane's coming, how everybody's, going to safety, like how everybody in the Coast Guard is just like, they got to be on pins and needles because they know some dumb fuck's going to take their stupid boat out there. And then when they fuck up and then they call to rescue them, these poor men and women are going to have to go out and go fish them out. All right, so what are you asking me here? I would not cut out your mother and your father. I would communicate to your mother how you feel about that guy and how you don't feel that he respects you, okay? And that's the reason you're leaving, I guess. And then I would talk to your dad saying, Dad, I would love to stay with you, but all you do is bitch and say what a bitch my mother is. And she's my mom, and I'm sick of listening to it, all right? Just try to say it in a nicer fucking way. But doesn't sound like they're hearing you. Fuck. But here's the thing, dude. If you're going to be, you got to fucking clear the air with them because you can't go into the Coast Guard an angry fucking lunatic. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get into a fight or something because you're pissed off at that fucking douche who's banging your mom. And then that's going to affect your career. So this is something that I've been working on. This is fucking brutal. Forgiving people. Like, that guy, you got to somewhere in your head and just forgive the guy for being a fucking moron. And so you get that off of you. And, when you forgive somebody, it does a lot for you. It gets it off of you. And then what you should be focusing on is trying to figure out what your dream is and start walking towards it every day. And creating a life that isn't like what you grew up with. So your kid someday doesn't have to fucking deal with what you dealt with. And, and that doesn't happen overnight. And the mistakes I made was I went out thinking, all right, I want to change all this about what I didn't like about growing up. But then what happens is you gravitate towards what's familiar and you end up, I think you kind of go out and recreate it. Inevitably, and then you have to dismantle that and start over again. At least that's what happened to me. I'm superimposing whatever the fuck happened to me, but I wouldn't come at your mother or your dad with anger. I would just say, listen, I forgive you. I forgive you. I'm not happy with this. I forgive you. I understand. You got to try to do what's right for you. But this bothered me because of X, Y, and Z. And just tell your dad, say, Dad, you know something? I got to forgive you for something. And that'll get his attention. I forgive you for every time that I came over here and you went on and on about and what a fucking bitch my mother was. All right? That did a lot of damage. And it did so much damage that I have to sit here and try to figure out how to forgive you for that. And then just stop talking and listen to what he says. Okay? If he's any sort of a man, his head's going to drop and he's going to fucking apologize to you. And you can, and I'm not saying then all the anger you're going to have towards him goes away right then. You start that. And if you guys work on starting over from that point and really fucking work on it and really fucking communicate, hopefully you can go out into the world and not be an angry young man like I was because I hurt a lot of people. All right.